1.
Hello, judges and staff. My name is Troy Sun from Bryn Mawr Elementary School in Mr. Harbert's class. For science fair, my project title is Iodine more permeable than starch? Now, this whole thing revolves around osmosis. Osmosis is the spontaneous passage or diffusion of water or other liquids through a semi-permeable cell membrane. Now, you might be wondering what a semi-permeable membrane is. A cell is the smallest unit of our body. When cells with the same function group combine together, they become a tissue. When other tissues combine together, they make an organ such as a heart. When more organs come together, they make the organ system. My hypothesis is that iodine will be more permeable than starch. When it says permeable, it means to get from one place to another. You might also be wondering what all these decorations are for. Now, these might look like the night sky, but they aren't. This whole thing resembles osmosis. Now, let me tell you why. These puzzle pieces align together like a squiggly line. That resembles the semi-permeable cell membrane. And these little cotton balls resemble the starch. And then these little yellow pieces of paper resemble iodine. Some of the iodine are on the other side of the cell membrane, but none of the starch are on the other side. That tells my hypothesis that iodine can go through, but starch can't. After that experiment, I came up with my results. I took 4 conditions, and I did 3 trials for each one. My first condition is starch inside of the cell and then starch outside of the cell. Now, the first 3 is A, and I just told you what they are. The reason why none of them change is because starch doesn't go out and doesn't go in. So the weight gain inside of the cell membrane will not change. For condition B, it's the same thing. Iodine is inside the cell and iodine is outside of the cell. And iodine goes out of the cell and then iodine goes inside the cell. But then they kind of hit each other out. So then they all stay the same. For condition C, they all went up. Now the reason why is because starch is inside and then iodine was outside. So iodine went into the cell and then starch couldn't go out. So then the weight gained inside of the cell membrane packet and the weight went up. But then for condition D, it went down by a lot because I vice versa the condition. For condition C, I put starch inside. But then for condition D, I put iodine inside and starch outside. So then iodine went outside and starch couldn't go in to make it up. So the weight decreased. Now, you might also have noticed that the colors have changed. The reason why I did it, how that happened, is because I made this happen because I chose iodine in starch. When starch touches iodine or comes into contact, they change colors. So say for D, as you can see at the start, it has very white looking starch inside of the mug. But then it turns black after 30 minutes. This tells you that when the iodine from inside of the packet went out and then touched the starch. And then for C, it started off as white but then turned black because the iodine in the beaker went into the starch and then it became very dark little color. And then my conclusion about this is that iodine is permeable So that means it can cross the semi-permeable cell membrane, and that we could add it to medicine. Now, a way that we could expand on my project is that we could also experiment with more types of molecules, and also we can change temperatures to see if we can increase the speed of transportation between the semi-permeable cell membrane. Now this concludes my science fair project. My name is Troy, and thank you for listening.